The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. Hello, everybody. Episode 830. Slade Ray and Traub.
Dirt, shit, and dick here.
Transporter accident. You mixed each other up. Rob, Trey, and Radu Bondar join us again on the podcast. It's good to have you here.
Does sound like a boy band trio.
Rob and Trey and
Radu Bondar.
Ray and Traub. We're drinking Dad's Hat. Some more.
Where the fuck did this come from?
It came from Daniel
Ray.
in Pennsylvania. It is a Pennsylvania rye, and it's got some kick to it. Hand me the bottle.
not its original name. It used to be called Dad's Finger, and they had to change it.
All right, well, y'all sampled this on Monday, right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do. For Tuesday's episode. Yeah, join us.
Yeah, well, all right. Okay.
Drink it, Robert. Drink it. Ooh.
We missed you.
Oh, that's all right.
Rob.
Oh, it's got a little after.
Yeah, it's got that little rye peppery.
you guys-
Yeah.
That's
You guys
calm.
don't sip your shots?
Me?
Yeah.
No, that's why I call him a shot.
I'm a shot sipper.
You a shot
No.
sipper?
Hey, guys, I wasn't here for Tuesday's episode
Uh-huh.
because I had stuff to do. But last Monday, this week, where were you 35 years ago?
35 years ago?
I wasn't even nut yet.
You were not even born. You were probably, what, 4, Slade?
I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was,
15?
I was young, too.
You were what, 38?
Trey was a concept.
Yeah, 39.
Trey was still an uninterrupted
Nah, dude,
sleep in a
35,
hotel.
I was 12.
In 85?
Yeah.
35 years ago, you no.
Wouldn't it be fucked if y'all found out I was actually like
35 years ago,
56 years old? I was like,
Trey's parents weren't 12
Yeah.
35 years ago.
just-
God damn,
stop.
you black don't crack.
yeah, right.
Fuck.
People just stop talking about Trey's potential, and they're like, motherfucker's 46?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I do hate that, though. People go like, man, Trey, you like young. I'm like, is that looks or maturity? Because
Both.
you don't want motherfucker to just be like, yeah, he ain't good with money. Like he young like that young. yeah.
Falls for scams easy.
He's young, like we got to cut his meat up for him.
Yeah.
But where were you 35 years ago?
35 years ago was the anniversary, 35th anniversary that day of Live Aid.
Yep.
Oh, Live Aid was 35
Live Aid.
years ago.
Yeah.
Wait,
That
You
was
guys don't remember. You guys were fucking
Live Aid was a concert.
a concert for the
Ethiopia.
Ethiopian famine relief.
Yeah.
Magic didn't get
And-
infected 35 years ago.
Do what?
He wasn't patient zero.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
with you. I'm talking about
Oh.
live AIDS. Go ahead.
Oh, Live Aid. That came about a year later.
No,
Yeah.
there was AIDS at Live Aid. There was
Yeah.
a guy.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna tell
Punched
us.
a hole in this guy.
He had a
that
booth.
was Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
that
of
was
this
Live
guy.
Aid's.
Big teeth, weird mustache,
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah, you love cock.
Best vocalist.
That
in
was
the
the
world.
greatest concert in the history of man.
that particular the Queen
You think that was
performance.
the greatest concert?
That was
The Queen
the greatest
performance?
concert ever.
At that concert,
And
Led
I'm checking
Zeppelin
out.
famously played a set where they
was
decided
horrible.
we
That
should
That was
get
garbage.
back together.
That
Yeah.
was garbage.
That was garbage.
That was arguably one of
garbage.
the worst.
They played. They made the tape. They erased it.
Yeah.
They
It's,
were
you
like,
can find it on YouTube.
yeah, on the darknet and all other.
Yeah,
child
But
porn
they
sites,
made
but
that
it's
whole
bad.
crew walk past magnets on their way out of that fucking
And they
stadium.
didn't. They
They
had
blame it on Phil Collins.
well, one of them. They had two drummers. They had Phil Collins and the drummer from Chick. I forget his name. Tommy Thompson, I believe his name was. Anyway, because they couldn't decide.
Literally the first time
because
he's come
I didn't
up
know there was a band named Chick.
since
Chick was a
85.
great band.
Wasn't it
They were a
Chic?
great band. Chic, yeah, Chic. Yeah.
C-H-I-
And he was also the
C.
drummer.
Yeah, you
in
can't just
Power
call him
Station.
Chick.
Chick
Can't be that good if
whatever.
you don't even fucking know that.
He was the drummer in Power Station too.
Oh, which also named 3 songs Power Station.
If I could get it on.
Enter
Bang a gong.
Sandperson.
Anyway,
Get it on. Bang. I thought that was T-Rex.
no. Well, that was T-Rex, but Power Station covered it. And we went to number 1 with it.
Do you follow any of this shit?
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all.
He's black.
I'm blackity,
He's
black, y'all.
Tommy Thompson was black.
This is like when people bring up SUC members that people don't know, like Al D.
Yeah. No, but go ahead. I'm interested. This is supposed to be the greatest concert
This was the greatest,
ever.
and this is why. And back then, it was on MTV all day, right? Nobody in my neighborhood had MTV. It was just starting out. It's been around for 3 years.
Oh, you had to have like real cable.
Yeah, you had to get
like advanced
fucking-
cable.
Yeah,
I know.
And so
we
we wanted to
family
watch-
owned people, so
my
y'all were doing
buddies
well.
and I wanted to see the Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin turned out to be garbage. Black Sabbath was okay. Their reunion with Ozzy, and we couldn't watch it. Nobody had it. So what we had to do was We went to the shopping mall in Pasadena, Texas.
Oh God.
It was the Town Square Mall.
Town Square Mall?
Yeah, you know it?
Yeah, I know that mall. It
It's
ain't
a piece of
shit there.
shit. Yeah, it's
just-
garbage.
it's
Like
just
all malls.
Mexicans.
But
and
back
more
then-
Used to have a Montgomery Wards in it.
But back then, it was the place. It had everything. In 1985, it was brand new, and everybody loved it. And they had a electronics store where they sold those god awful big screen TVs that had the 3 lights.
900 pounds
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, they're
the
huge.
full blown red, green, blue
And they had 3 of those
arsenal of.
set up in there.
If you looked at one of those things from like if you leaned in like and
Yeah, it
actually
would get
looked
blurry.
at no, it would fucking burn your face off like full blown like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
There was a label.
Let me explain to you what Live Aid was, Trey. So it was a concert that synchronous, like it took place at Wembley and a stadium.
I like how you went. Let me explain this to you,
it's
young people.
No, because what it is, everyone that's old is like Live Aid is amazing, but what it was is a dumb pyramid scheme that went wrong, and none of the money went to people that it should have gone. And
Actually, I was going to mention that.
And-
Nobody said it was a good charity. I
and
said
if
it was a
any-
good concert.
If anything, it did a bunch of horrible things like elevate U2. Which
Okay.
is-
You 2 had a great performance there.
I know that's the problem. Now everyone's like U2's great, and you're like, no, dude.
No.
this is
You
elevator
too.
music.
You too is like U2's great, and that's why they stick it on your phone without your permission.
Yeah.
No one actually still thinks U2 is great.
They
After
would. I promise you, no Live Aid. That shit doesn't molest your phone.
Octoon Baby though is still good.
Oh yeah, it's just fine. But
Okay.
I'm not.
U2 was great. Bowie was great. Elton John
Uh-huh.
was great.
And that Queen show.
Queen was great. Sabbath was great.
What it was is a concert that started at Wembley in London in the morning, right? And then
It's 10 a.m. in New York.
Radu,
then-
I am familiar with terrible festivals.
you know,
like, nigga, you do not have to explain.
it's the ultimate terrible comedy festival.
I understand what
it was
happened.
so bad that Queen did a 30-minute set that was like pretty good, and everyone's like, "That was the best show in
It was
rock
great.
and roll history."
That was the best
Have
show in
you-
rock and roll.
have you seen it?
Yeah,
It's
I've seen
fucking
it in
amazing.
its entirety. He's okay. Freddie Mercury is good. It's not even the best Queen performance. It
Maybe,
was just
but he blew away.
Live Aid was such a shit show. Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's mic blew out, and so the crowd and people, like the organizers of the festival, came out on
Yeah.
stage to sing it with him. Imagine if a comedy festival was going on and your mic blew out, and so the organizer of the festival was like, "I know some of Trey's. I know what he talks about. I'll come out and do some black stuff with him. I know that." Yeah,
There were shit show problems, to be sure.
there was.
But we went to this electronics store, and the electronics store sold tickets
Yeah.
to watch Live Aid.
No.
For like $5. And he
Yeah,
said they
like-
were going to give it to the cause, whatever.
Like
but
a
for
fight
$5,
party.
you could sit in this electronics store and watch the 12 hours of fucking Live Aid.
Like a bar does UFC now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
you did this for Live Aid in an
it was fucking
electronics
great.
store in a mall
Yeah,
in the
Pasadena.
80s in Pasadena.
And here's the great thing about Live Aid.
Please tell me the great thing about this at all.
All the money, it wasn't the great thing. The
They had
great
a sign that said whites only.
Basically, there were no black
I know there
performers
was
in
no
London.
Africans.
There were no black people in Africa, no African Americans or
Or
black performers.
Pasadena in the 80s.
That one
In
guy
London.
from Power Station.
Yeah, that was in the U.S. one. That was in the U.S. show. They had black people in the
They
US
didn't
show.
even play that on the MTV in
Okay,
London.
yeah, right?
Now, I want to hear more.
Okay, so Bob Geldof puts this fucking thing together, right? Raise money. Bob Geldof is such a piece of shit. Okay, he doesn't want to deal with anybody. Look, I'm woke. I'm the most woke man in 1985.
And he's a producer.
He produces Live Aid. He created Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas? All
Seemed
that
to
shit.
have a type. He just
Yeah.
put the word something in front of aid.
Sure, he did. That was his thing. And so
Kool-Aid.
You ever met?
That was mine.
You guys are on comedy. You ever met someone who just runs charity shows?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a piece of shit. That's why That's
Yeah.
how they get people. They're not
Yeah.
good at making shows. They just trick people into coming and doing their work for free
We
in the
get
name
it,
of
right,
charity.
dude.
Two
You
things-
know Jew shit.
Two things that
ahead,
make
Rob.
Bob Geldof a piece of shit. All right.
Yeah.
One, Princess Diana and Prince Charles showed up about noon, 1:30, whatever.
Yeah.
Prince Charles is an old fucking English cocksucker prick. Doesn't give a fuck about rock and roll back then. He tells Diana, we're leaving. I think we need to leave. They're about to leave the fucking royal
Wait,
box.
the car accident, bitch?
Yes, the car accident bitch.
Oh, okay.
Diana.
I just need
Yeah,
the
yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Caitlyn Jenner?
And she doesn't want to go, right? She wants to wait around and see some of the show. And he's like, no, we got to go. Get the fuck out of here. Get in the fuck. Get in the fucking car. We're leaving.
Okay.
And he's fucking and Bob Geldof, who's supposed to go on after Elton John, gets word that Princess Diana and Prince Charles are leaving. And this fucking guy, who's this punk rocker, fucking fuck everything, we're here about he bumps Elton John and puts his band, the Boomtown Rats. Who are the Boomtown Rats, you ask? Exactly. Nobody knows who the fuck the Boomtown. He bumps Elton John and puts himself on there so that they can see him play before Prince Charles and
The Boomtown
the
Rats.
Boomtown Rats. Name
Boomtown
any
Rats.
Boomtown Rat song.
I couldn't have told you they were a thing.
Yeah, they even know.
I thought that was the
fucking
coffee
name.
shop in the Heights.
Oh,
Yeah.
they got that one song.
No, they don't. You don't know a goddamn Boomtown Rat song.
You don't hear
Nobody does. But Bob Geldof's mom doesn't know any fucking songs.
Sing a couple of lines,
They had
Trey.
that one song, Blind
We're at
Faith,
Live
at
Aid.
night.
Please stay, Princess Diana.
Don't leave. Don't leave. Stay.
Stay in your seat, baby.
This next song's called
I don't
I'm
know.
Sorry, Elton John.
Yeah.
So Elton John gets pissed off. Anyway.
Oh, I bet he threw a hissy
They
fit.
raised like $50 million to
I
give-
bet when Elton John finds out some information, when he gets really mad, I bet he lays on the floor and does his hands and feet like that, like a
Probably.
3-year-old.
He does that when he fucks, too.
So 50 million, whatever, 100 million they raised, whatever. They're going to give it to the people of Ethiopia, the starving fucking kids.
Did they?
Wait, this is. It's not for AIDS.
No,
at
it's
all.
for starving
It's for-
kids
yeah.
in Africa.
You put
Oh!
you put
Stop
the S
hunger.
on that.
I thought they raised it for AIDS.
No.
The original thing was called Band-Aid, and they had this song that they raised money. It was Do They Know It's Christmas? Raise money for the kids in Africa. It's called Band-Aid. So then when they
Well,
have
they-
the live
well,
show, they called it Live Aid.
They was doing bad in Africa?
Yeah.
Ethiopia had a rough stretch.
They were
there in
having a
the
rough
80s.
time.
I didn't know that. I
Bit
just
of a
know they women
revolution.
got nice
and,
cheekbones.
Nah, there was a.
That's
yeah.
So they
hunger.
get the $100 million, and fucking and Bob Geldof goes to fucking Ethiopia against the wishes of MI5 and CIA.
with a big check, with one of those
He
big
got the
checks,
big
like
fucking check.
one of those
And he
sweepstakes
deals.
checks.
The guy's name escapes me right now. It's a fucking Ethiopian warlord.
Oh,
MacGyver.
not
McGimby or something.
Yeah. Starts with
Anyway,
an M.
gives this guy $100 million, and all the CIA and it was like, don't fucking just give him money. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So they give him the money, and he turns around and spends $100 million on Russian weapons and arms to crush the civil war that the people were rising up to overthrow him.
It's like if you found out that Elvis raised money for the Holocaust, and you're like, that was the best concert of all time.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Great cut. And he got a knighthood, and the fucking got nominated for the Nobel
Yeah,
Prize.
a lot of people got knighthoods.
Yeah, and this guy fucking murdered thousands of Ethiopians
I just
that he
don't
gave the money to.
understand.
it was also the most watched thing in the world.
It was.
I think 1 billion people watched it because what they did is they tell
Him murdering Ethiopians?
No. Live Aid.
You jerk off to that.
Genocide gets good numbers, but not that big, baby.
Okay.
Not Beatles reunion numbers. No, they estimate 1.4 billion people because they set up satellite shit. It was the biggest direct-to-satellite feed event
Up
in the
until
world.
then, the Olympics were the biggest thing. They had
Yeah.
4 satellites.
This crushed the
This
Olympics.
one was like 12. It was all over the world
This crushed the
simultaneously.
Olympics, and only half the people were good. Like so many people bombed because of the technical equipment, because a lot of the shit was haphazard. They
Yeah.
literally built the festival hoping they would get one of the former Beatles. They didn't know for sure. But they were like, if we put it on,
Oh.
I bet they'll pop
This
out.
is how big a piece of shit Geldof is. The first person who said yes was Adamant. Okay, that's the
Oh,
biggest
boy.
name. And so they're trying to get people to be on this fucking thing. So Geldof holds his press conference. It said, yeah, we're going to have the biggest rock concert in the history of old man.
Adam Ants is used to being first in all the lists
Yeah,
anyway.
because it's first, double A. And so,
Oh, yeah.
he starts good. And here's the list of performers that will be there: Adamant, The Who, The Rolling Stones, David Bowie, Elton John. None of these people had said yes. And so Roger Waters,
This shit was just a fire festival that worked.
yeah, Roger Waters
That's
calls
all it
him up
was.
and says, "Hey, man, we're not even together." Not Roger Waters, the fucking Roger Daltrey.
Okay.
Calls him up and says, "Hey, man, we're not even together anymore." And he goes, "Look, I held my Prince conference. You can hold yours to tell the world
Yeah.
why a millionaire rock star doesn't have 15 minutes on a Saturday to help the children of Africa." And he guilt shamed all these fucking people to do it for free.
They were gonna do a same time like Mick Jagger's in America at the Philly Stadium and David Bowie's at the Wembley Stadium, and they were gonna do it in sync, but they didn't have the technology to do it. So they're like, "What if we just pre-recorded it and you guys both lip synced?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "That's the worst idea anyone's ever had. Why don't we just pick one country we're both in?
Yeah.
What the fuck
Yeah.
about that? Remember when you played me? We're good at stuff."
We're both English.
So they went ahead and made the music video in one night.
Yeah.
They did. It was at
That's why that music video is so weird.
Yeah.
dancing in the streets. They're just like, I don't know, I'm tired. What if we just do gay shit? Just like,
They
kiss
just
on
do
you.
gay shit for
Yeah.
40 for the. 4
I'll
minutes.
rub on you, you rub on me.
So I got a question.
That's probably just home security footage of one of their places.
Yeah, right.
It's not even.
It looks like a warehouse.
Yeah,
in the
I don't
middle
even
of
think
London.
that's orchestrated with a director.
On a side note, I just want to ask.
Shot through many
ask
blinds.
this. Ethiopia, right? Supposed to be the birthplace of
Oh, boy.
mankind.
Cradle.
Right?
Right.
How they fuck that up financially?
White people.
We'll be right back with the answer to that question on the Whiskey Brothers podcast.
Question? Comment? Just need to vent? Email us at podcast@praisewhiskey.com.
Welcome back to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. I don't know where this is headed. I know we're halfway home on episode 800.
I got 20 minutes on the second greatest rock concert ever.
I just turned
which
Rob
was
down.
Heavy Metal Day at the US Festival in 1984.
It's the second.
Van Halen, Quiet Riot, Judas Priest, Dokken.
Okay, and still can't beat the Prince
Motley
halftime
Crue.
show.
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest.
Not familiar.
I've only know that as a swear word.
What?
People say Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. I only know it as a swear.
Do you hang out with like 13th century English people? Like,
Just mean I've only heard it. No, yeah, you know,
70s
yeah, I hang
gay-
around you.
70s gay
I hang
rockers.
around slimy snakeskin fucking Romanians.
I don't say Judas
Why are you
Priest.
so slimy? Like,
I say,
why are you?
I say, damn nasty retard.
You're built like a worn out charger. Like the cord, just flimsy and
But people don't replace me.
inconsistent.
They're like, I don't care.
You're right, but we'll keep your ass around.
They're like, I don't care if it hurts. It hurts me actually.
Like,
when I touch it.
fuck, I gotta get a new Bondar.
But in a drawer in case we can't get a hold of anybody else. Like,
Exactly.
You know what? I got to get a new Bondar is the way I'm going to say charger from now on. I got to get a new
gotta
Bondar.
get a new Bond.
You know what Bandar means in Romanian?
What's that?
Butt fucker.
No. I was waiting. I was hoping to think of something and say no. It actually means bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Oh my God,
I
that
don't-
fits you.
That-
Because if you ever attacked anybody, you'll die.
When I tell people that, that's so funny. Now bumblebees are the ones that live. Bees die.
Don't fuck this up.
My bad.
Don't fuck up a perfect
sorry,
joke.
Mr. Autobot.
You know what? In fact, Bondar now means honeybee. That's such a good line. We're changing
Bandar
that.
means bitch bee. Actually, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
Little bitch bee. that dies.
Bondar is Romanian for you're gonna fucking die if you get in a fight, pussy.
That's why I talk so much shit. Because I'm like, I can't actually fight you, so I have to hurt
on,
you.
bro.
You know, that begs the question: do the bees know they'll die if they fight?
You
Or
know,
is it-
you
or they
only-
discover that.
They're
after-
not.
No, you had
oh
to-
fuck! Well, this was a mistake.
They're
had
not
to-
radicalized jihadi bees.
You had to have seen one friend laying there, you
Yeah.
know, on the ground, and you're like, Dan, you ain't got no tail. And he's like, you know.
Yeah,
"I
but
ain't
then
got
again,
no
Dan was
tail."
always a pussy. But you don't know that that's in the genetic code.
When I tell people Bondar's like means bumblebee, they're always like, that sounds like it's some made up shit. I'm like, I think it was made up. I think we were Jews and someone knocked on the door. They're like, what's your last name? They're like,
Bumblebee.
Clock, bumblebee.
Yeah.
Not Jew.
Not Jew.
Like, you sure? You're very ugly. They're like, nope. Trust us. We have no money. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, y'all Jew adjacent. For sure, y'all are Jew adjacent.
Jew adjacent. Jew adjacent. That's whoa. Say that.
Jew adjacent.
Jew adjacent.
Say that
Jew
one time
adjacent,
slow.
Jew adjacent.
You
Jew
slipping.
adjacent.
I already all voice jacked your ass. So
Jew,
yeah.
Jew adjacent. Jew adjacent. Jew adjacent.
Jew adjacent.
There you go, Rob.
Jew adjacent. Yeah, you got to pronounce it as one word.
Do it sexy gay, Rob.
Jew adjacent.
Now it sounds like a Puerto Rican lady telling someone he's adjacent. Jew adjacent.
Jew
Jew
adjacent.
adjacent. Hey, Jew adjacent.
Jew adjacent? Excuse me, come here. Are Jew adjacent?
Jew adjacent.
Jew adjacent?
This is amazing. This is worth risking pandemic, like COVID.
Is
for.
It's the best fun.
Isn't it, Radu? You're in possession of lots of information that other people don't normally have.
that people are not interested in.
Mainly, that's a big part. of it.
I traffic in bullshit. Yeah.
Sometimes when I say something, I'll like bring up a thing, and then Radu is like, "Brrr," and I'm like, I don't need to know that much about the thing.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
saying
you know how to unload.
the thing. But Trey doesn't know a lot of things.
Love it.
This is a fun, interesting thing we have going on here. I mean, you know a lot of things, but you don't know a lot of things.
I don't know. Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say fair enough.
Okay, that's but
I know how to retreat.
Radu, can you give us a couple that might blow Trey's mind? Two of them being real and one of them being absolute bullshit.
Oh, I gotta make up some shit. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Did you know? This one is real. I'm just gonna blow it. You know who David Frost is? Have you ever heard of Frost Nixon?
Yes.
Yeah, that boring ass movie
It was a boring ass
where he
movie.
was interviewing. He's trying to
This
interview
guy
Nixon and
interviewing
bust
Nixon.
him.
What they don't cover in the movie, which I think is insane, That guy put together Monty Python.
Yes, that is true.
Before the Monty Python show, half of them worked for his show called The Frost Report, and the other half worked for, I think, a kids show or whatever.
They all went from the Frost Report to the Kid Show.
I think, or not all of them,
Not
because
all.
John Cleese was on adult TV, which
Okay,
is why
yeah.
he was more famous and
That's right.
recognizable when Python started.
Okay, this ain't fair. You can't be like, Trey don't know a lot
And
of
apparently-
things
and
and then say the whitest inside trader shit of all times.
You're like,
Do you know that one white guy? He responsible for multiple white guys that are Canadian.
British? What and one
Which
American?
is literally, he responsible for some frontier niggas. And I'm supposed to know that shit?
Well, and I didn't
Well,
think
now you do.
Rob was going to jump in with the play a rhythm guitar. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that was going to happen either. That I'm with you though. I did not know that.
No, furthermore,
That is true.
sir.
That's
I didn't
true.
know that.
Did you know that Monty Python originally was all blackface? All right, that one's a lie.
It's like, no.
I don't know how to feel about blackface.
You shouldn't feel any way
It's
about
such an old antic. I'm like,
It's not old,
I'm
though.
like, my grandpa's supposed to be offended.
That's the thing.
Like
Yes.
I just see it as a clown. Like it's just clown makeup to me.
It's way more than that.
It depends
to me,
how they do
It
it.
don't hurt me as bad.
To me, what it is, in the past, black people used to have to deal with it. Now, it's exclusively for white people. Like, you've said it before. You never saw blackface in person, right?
I've never seen live
Yeah.
blackface.
That's 'cause you
other
never-
than burn victims.
It's because you've never been to an all-white Halloween party where someone's like, you know what? I'll be Trinidad James this
You
time.
know what's
That
funny?
never. Yeah, that's.
I guess I have seen it because in that white area I grew up in,
Yeah.
people dress up for Halloween. I guess people have dressed
There
up
you
as
go.
black people.
There you go.
But I just was like,
That's how insidious
well, yeah,
blackface
nigga,
is.
you Lil Wayne. you gonna need that tar. You gonna be white Lil Wayne? That's not gonna work. You gonna be pale faced, sick Lil Wayne.
Okay, pale face is racist.
Oh, my bad. I
He's like-
apologize, Rob.
He's like, I came as Wayne in the hospital.
Yeah, I know. I get I understand the grievances when they're had. I mean, it doesn't affect me in an obvious way.
So this
I just
year,
would never do it.
I'm sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
this year, is it gonna be fucked up to dress up as a Karen?
It's gonna be fucked up to go anywhere for Halloween. You
Yeah.
walk outside, that's the scariest
But
shit.
as
you
a
could-
costume.
Oh,
If
it's
somebody's gonna be a Karen,
well. So here's the
It'll
thing.
be a hilarious
this year
fun
it's
costume.
it's acceptable this year. Now you got to give it 20. Everything cycles. So in 20 years, when black people are fully entrenched in power, and white people
Think
have
it's that
been
quick?
I didn't mean to laugh like that, but
fair. So
fuck.
eventually,
We can barely agree on restaurants. Nigga. It's like, fuck you doing that Wendy's, bro? For the cause, bro.
so eventually it's going to go full circle, and then there's going to be an upstart group of there's going to be very few left of these older white women who in 25 years are going to be almost dead, and they're going to want to remind you of the hell that they were put through in 2020, and it's no longer going to be okay.
Here's the thing: people keep reproducing,
Yes.
so these white bitches ain't going nowhere.
No, but
I know. You know,
right, but there's a gap. The group of children that are now in their early teens watching current Karens aren't going to grow up to be Karens. This skips a generation. You have to let a new batch come in, unraised by Karens, and then eventually they just become Karens all on their own.
I'll tell you something. I think the Karen
Okay.
thing is a misnomer because we all love to hate on white people who are like being ridiculous. But there's a reason that we meme white women specifically do it. There's a layer of misogyny to it. Because I do Karen shit all the time, and people cheer me on. They're like, way to go. You made that corporation bend to your will. Because a lot of people, especially like leftists, like a lot of socialist people, kind of like me, are like, fuck a corporation. Anytime that you do business with them, they're trying to fuck you. So you should try to fuck them back.
So how do you fuck corporate? Do you just walk around like leaving C4?
I try to get my money. No, I don't do
Like a
traditional
video game?
Romanian stuff.
who are you hanging around?
I play video.
Cheers on bitch shit.
Yo, white people.
Not me.
White
now, hang
people.
on.
I leave your ass. Like, you might as well-
What is
You ever
the
been around
difference?
someone-
What is the difference between all of this cancel culture and calling the manager? What is the difference?
It's on a higher level.
Because calling the manager is a bluff. You don't actually want to get anyone fired, or at least in
you
my
out your goddamn mind.
at least in my scenario, I don't.
And when
wanna
they
get
call
anyone
the cops,
fired.
they don't want anybody killed.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I got the
I'm trying to
argument.
get that free. Well, that's a different logical extension.
I got the
there.
argument.
Rush Limbaugh. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, it's like when I'm trying to talk to the manager, if I feel like, and I won't do it if I feel just slighted. If I'm like, all right, this situation merits an uncomfortable interaction.
Have you? I mean,
I
you've
want
gone
free
through.
shit.
You've gone through proper channels on your way up to. Because I don't have a problem. I don't even fuck with a manager. I'll just leave and write something on Facebook that's funny but also demeaning.
No, I don't do any. I will never write a review. You know what my
Not a review. I just do it in my own. I was at so and so,
No,
and I
I'll
write
never-
my own story,
never.
and they just get mentioned.
Never.
I do.
I'll spit on the ground in the restaurant, but that's my.
You are Romanian.
You are a person that deeply, deeply disgusts me. I mean that from the deep barrens of my soul.
I know. I've seen it.
Because I wish I could do shit like that, but it results into murder.
Of course.
So I don't know, man. Like I mean, continue, nigga.
But imagine if
whatever.
it didn't. Imagine if it didn't. You'd be like, all right, I'm gonna get in that ass.
I
This
can't
is awesome.
imagine.
All right, well, let's do.
But in Randu's defense, spitting on the ground is how you salute the chef
let's go.
in Romania.
There's no chefs in Romania.
Yeah, that's true. They have a monkey with a knife.
Well, all our food is cold, so you don't need to cook anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like, here is raw chicken.
That's so. I've had good food in Romania.
Yeah, you send
Really?
shit back to Romania if it comes out hot.
Did this die
What the fuck is wrong with this shit? This warm plate.
No, the
Go cold in this shit.
The food in Romania is pretty good. It's very similar to Jewish food. We have a lot of the same staples, and I will say,
Potato, water.
yeah,
We
and
discussed
Enjoy.
y'all terrible
injustice.
cuisine.
I will say,
But it doesn't have to be cooked in a blessed warehouse.
No. We don't have to do any of the weird
You
underwear
don't need
shit.
a magic wand to wave over.
No,
it.
you don't need two sinks or any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But I did describe one of our dishes, one of our cold dishes, to Michael Dede one time, and he was like, "That sounds like what the Grinch eats. It's disgusting." it's
Borscht. You was describing borscht.
No. I was.
What you know? What's the other
Ratatouille.
shit?
It means chicken parts, right? Suspended in gelatin.
Chicken
with
nuggets.
vegetables.
A dissected chicken
I have
nugget.
No. It's
Yes.
they're all in Jello.
What?
It's disgusting.
It's like a casserole.
It's real.
So it looks like you're seeing the inside of a body.
You know how it looks like a ballistics dummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that thing where they have
There's
the
like a
dead
bit of-
bodies at the museum.
There's like a carrot
Yeah.
and a potato floating
Yes.
in it too, and the jelly's salty.
Looks like the thing they chop open at the end
Salty
of Forged
Jell-O.
in Fire. It's almost like a. Have you ever left a?
and
you
that's a delicacy.
Have you ever done like grilled chicken or whatever, and then not grilled, but you cook it, bake it, and then you sort of put it in the fridge without letting any of the fat or the oil. Like it's like
You ruin it.
congealed.
Sure, you ruin it.
Fat. Yeah, but you could peel the chicken out if you had to, and it would go.
That's what that is.
It's on purpose.
Yeah.
In gelatin
Radu,
form.
every time you tell me about your native land, you make me want to travel less.
I'm gonna take you to
I'm
Romania,
like, bro, I'm gonna just go to Galveston. I ain't.
Trey, I'm gonna.
That's a sign of your untraveledness, because when I hear about a country that's like horrible and fucked up, and I'm like, oh, that's good gambling right there. You know what I mean? There's always an upside to this shit. Like when you hear about China, you're like, oh, their atrocities are terrible, but underwear is $4 for us here, so there's an upside.
I told you I went to the hospital in Karakol, down on the Black Sea in Romania.
yeah.
Cataracts.
We talked Constanza
Cataracts.
or
No, close
all
to
they
there.
cities
It's
is
kinda
named
close
after
to there.
diseases.
But it's like it's so small. It's I think
Yeah.
Karakol.
sorry.
Anyway,
I got him. Yeah, I got robbed.
he was in chlamydia, Romania.
I got robbed.
yeah, that was a terrifying. That was a
made him
terrifying.
laugh.
Yeah.
This is my homeland of staph infection.
Yes.
Yeah, Stephen Big Joe. Yeah, that's funny.
All right.
This is the Museum of Staph Infection, where everyone comes to see.
We did have, you know how the Romanian dictator, because we ended his shit. We killed him on Christmas, 1989. And you know what? He was our dictator for 30 years. You know what finally crossed the line?
Ceausescu? Was that?
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
Ceausescu.
He built the world's second biggest building. It's the heaviest building in the world, only behind. Heavier than the Pentagon, but it's biggest, second.
Because
biggest
your
only.
mom's in the basement. What? No, go ahead.
He built this thing. Now it's used as the Romanian Parliament House, but he built it just for himself. to
Just
chill
as
in.
a-
It's got a highway underneath it. It's got 7 stories under the ground. Yeah, and you
Seems
could-
Why
unnecessary.
do people shit on dictators? They're
because-
just like if you gave a rapper too much money.
yeah, but if that money that you gave him came from hungry people, that's what a dictator is.
It's just like if you gave a rapper too much money. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's the same shit. Why do we shit on dictators
at
so
least- at
much?
You know what? We
At
shit on
least there's an
dictators in this
exchange
fucking
there.
house, but people pay to go to Graceland.
Right. He has glam.
Graceland has nothing on this
I
shit.
finally saw that shit. That jungle room, bro. Elvis' house was dope. If that's the
Yeah.
actual shit,
If you gave
Bro.
a hillbilly money and unfettered
That
access
shit-
to whatever,
Yeah.
That shit was loud. I just seen pictures
White
of it.
trash Disneyland. We got to get out of here. Radu, you going to come back and hang out again?
done. Absolutely.
We love having you in the fourth seat. More us next week. I know Rob's going to have some stories on behalf of Trey and him and Radu. I'm Slade. See you soon.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.